sometimes uh,
No. Nope, nope, nope. All
My
right,
job's
so
making me come in tomorrow.
Oh, baby. It's good to be back. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us for the Twisted Capes 7:30 Thursday night extravaganza bonanza. My name is Sam.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jesse.
And Jesse, I'm sorry you cringed at that intro there.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was something new. I'm trying it out. Just Mike, take it away with the news. Jesus.
I think we're all just kind of in a weird, tired mood
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So before we start with news, do you guys want to hop into those announcements real quick?
Sure.
Sam, do you want to start with the show?
Or you say we're doing the announcements. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing. First.
Okay.
Sam, do you want to do the first? I'll do the
Announcements.
do the other stuff.
So, first announcement: we are going to be switching platforms. So, chances are you are currently watching on Facebook Live. We're going to be switching to YouTube, and
Next week you won't be.
So we're going to be switching to YouTube Live, and because of that, we're going to be able to stream directly to the twistedcape.com. So going forward, starting next week, we will be streaming directly to twistedcape.com. We will be sharing that link for you, so be sure to check out next week's stream and all the rest of them going forward on the site. Jesse?
So last Friday, I think it was Friday, yes, we recorded a new episode of the Twistcast. So that should be coming to you soon. Really soon?
Tonight.
So listen out for that.
Awesome. And starting not next week, but in 2 weeks, we're going to start our March matchups because March Madness is, kind of copyrighted, so can't call it that. But it's going to be super awesome. We're going to have a bracket of 64 heroes. There will be a contest to go alongside with it. We'll talk more about that next week. But for each episode of the month of March and into April, while the brackets work themselves out, we will have guests on every live show, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a good time, and it's going to be light and silly and stupid, just like this show, just like every show we do. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, we're going to jump into news. We finally got that Justice League trailer from Zack Snyder. So we got the first look at Jared Leto's Joker. Will it be better or worse than Suicide Squad Joker?
Having not seen the trailer yet, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go purely based on look here. No substance whatsoever. I guess if you want to put look into there, you can. But I'm gonna
look at this.
I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give it a sporting chance. Not just a chance, a sporting chance.
Sporting chance.
A quick chance.
I mean, to be fair, we got so little of him in Suicide Squad that there's not really much to compare it to. So.
I'm sorry. I just heard you say Citizen Squad.
Citizen Squad, yes.
Instead of Suicide Squad.
They just take regular ass people from the DC universe,
kill them
and
off.
they make a task force out of it.
A government task force. That is the biggest waste of taxpayer money I've ever heard of.
Is it?
They're all Bob from Deadpool 2.
Citizen Squad, we do nothing.
It's basically the equivalent of like a neighborhood watch. Like,
yes,
they don't really do much.
Oh, I almost said something about a specific show. You said that? Oh, okay. Oh, it's so tough because I want to talk about it all.
Another episode tomorrow.
I know. I'm probably not going to go to bed tonight. I'm just going to stay until midnight and watch it. I don't have to work tomorrow, so screw it. All right. So also, we, in the last couple of weeks, Keanu Reeves has been offered and has passed up the opportunity to play Kraven the Hunter.
Thank God.
So what do you think Keanu's ideal comic book role is?
I don't know, because, like, the guy's got range. So, like, does he want to go with a more silly type of role? Does he want to go something more serious? I don't know. Like, I know he's been holding up for like the perfect role, but I don't know what his idea of perfect is.
Reed Richards. Just saying.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
I mean, so I think part of it is he doesn't want to be a part of that whole Sony mess. Like, I think he wants Marvel or DC proper. Because Sony's just, I don't understand why they're doing what they're doing, but that's okay. Honestly, I would have thought he would have been better at Morbius than Jared Leto, personally.
Probably, yeah.
But again, it's Sony. Like, I really kind of looked at him and thought Moon Knight for a little while. But then they cast Oscar Isaac, and I'm just as happy. So there's no problem there. Reed Richards is not a bad one. I mean, he have to cut his hair, which might cause issues for John Wick, because I know they're still working on those. But
are they? I mean, I haven't watched anything since the first one, but I thought they were done.
I don't know. It just seems like I fall asleep and I wake up and there's another John Wick movie out. So
yeah, just CG the hair. CG it.
What could go wrong?
You could,
yeah.
but then we'd have a Justice League Superman mustache situation.
Just
again.
learn from DC.
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Listen, I can just imagine the flow, man. That CG flow.
The gray around the temples, I think, would look great on him. I think it'd be just monstrous. As if he's not a lady killer already. The most respectful man in Hollywood. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hop into our topic here. So we're going to talk about our favorite Black characters in comics as we carry on Black History Month. And as we go along, I will try to make some recommendations on books. Maybe we can toss out some on shows and movies as well. So I'll go ahead and get started with Static Shock. Static, of course, there's a freaking cartoon and it's freaking awesome. Last week we talked about how great the theme song is for Static. It's just amazing. And the show, it's so good. It's got such a cult following, and it's so much fun. And I think there's only one real series. I think it was from New 52 with Static in it. So unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that you can run down to read, but it exists. So go do that.
So my favorites are going to basically mirror the show last week, basically. So if you watch last week's show, you're going to hear a lot of the same from me. But, I mean, there's a reason why they were my favorite heroes, because I love them. So we'll start with Miles. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
He's just an obvious choice. Like, he's like I said last week, he's just a lot of fun. He's got a lot of character, and I just love the way they write him.
So for Miles, you can go ahead and start with Ultimate Spider-Man, where he takes over for Peter after Peter dies. But for most people, especially people who've played the games, I would recommend starting at Spider-Man. That's where Spider-Man and Miles meet. Well, where Peter and Miles meet for the first time. There's some universe hopping and stuff in there, but it's a good jumping on point if you like to see the contrast in the two Spider-Man after they've been Spider-Man for a little while. And then they did a sequel, which was not good by comparison.
Sequels aren't always the best idea.
Civil War 2, terrible idea.
I mean, I did read it, and I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't as great as the first one.
No.
So, Mike, do you have any recommendations for a great Blade series?
No. Off the top of my head, no. But I thought, and I'd have to double check this, there was a Blade Max series, and Max was like mature reading. Like there's like Max Punisher series and other stuff like that. So it's allowed to be a little more violent. You get little more language. Jessica Jones started off as Max series. So I would say start by looking there, because you might have a good place to get just some good solo Blade if it's there. However, Blade is currently an Avenger in the Avengers run, and awesome. It is awesome. he doesn't belong on a team, and it shows, and it's such a good read. So please do that.
Will do.
All right. For me next, there is a character. My mouth doesn't work. There's a character called Blue Marvel, and there's a mini series there, and it really runs through like a lot of like the 60s and stuff like that, where discrimination is very heavy, and that plays a big part in the story. And then it becomes current day, and this guy is super powerful, like a Superman almost, but he's also brilliant. Like he at times outsmarts both Reed Richards, Hank Pym, and Tony Stark in the same room at the same time.
Damn.
So I was just like, I read that book and I was like, oh my god, this is freaking amazing. And then he shows up for a little while in the Avengers. After that, there were several Avengers books at the time, and then they just kind of stopped including him, and I don't know why. But it's a very fun read if you're kind of approaching it from a societal, historical context.
So I love me my Green Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
So gotta go with Jon Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Like just a badass, like such a tough guy, and I don't know, he's just fun. I like him.
I agree. So not so much as like the main focus of the Lantern, but starting where we started reading, Jesse, volume, I think 3, issue 100, where Kyle Rayner takes over. Jon Stewart is like a mentor, and he's like the best possible mentor in my opinion. Like he's like cooler than the other side of the pillow, but he's also layered and complex in just the few panels that you get him in.
Yeah.
Also, he is in Justice League right now as a leader of the team. Well, he has been. It's often John, but it's also Jon Stewart. So it was like a field leader.
Either
so
John or John, you know.
Yeah.
It's just
John or John. Yeah. So you get some good time with both of them. Also, as we all know, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, excellent Jon Stewart stuff.
I think that was my first exposure to him. I think watch a few episodes of, I think it was just Justice League. I don't think it was Unlimited, but
oh yeah, watch it all, baby, watch it all. Samuel.
Let's see. So, Jesse, you covered Miles. That was my second. Man, and Jon Stewart. God damn it. You're taking my top, and Mike took Static. God damn it. All my favorites right there. Okay. Well, Mike, do you have any standout, I guess, issues for Storm?
I mean, I can always go back to Storm marrying T'Challa. That's awesome because like she's often regarded as a goddess, but she has to kind of learn what it is to be a queen. And that's incredible. There's also oh my god, there's so many good Storm stories, and it's hard to pick. I'm just trying to think about stuff that's more recent. Like she just had a technovirus, and she had to purge herself of that. And that happened in Giant Size X-Men Storm #1 recently. If you love, like honestly, if you just love female characters that are snarky and badass and just really fun to read, I would say pick up Marauders. The series going on right now. Storm plays a very heavy part in that. I just read an issue where like she takes Lockheed, who is looking to get retribution for someone killing Shadowcat, and Lockheed, she like, I just wanted to be here to witness this, and Lockheed eats an eye, like takes a guy's eye, and she's just like, yep, I'm satisfied now, and just basically leaves. It's just like, yeah, you're such badass. And then the recent Ten of Swords crossover on the X line, she has some of my absolute favorite moments. Like she goes to Wakanda for a sword, and she's wearing that all white outfit to start. It's very regal. It's very iconic. and then she has to go on like a spy mission while she's there to steal the sword now, and she changes to the all black one, and it's like such a distinct visual cue, and she's so epic as she does it. So yeah, honestly, anything you find in Storm Minute, just buy it and read it. Just do it. Just do yourself that favor.
Love Storm.
Well, what about Luke Cage?
Luke Cage.
Do you have like a favorite iteration of Luke Cage?
So there is a story that actually pops to mind that actually brought him back into the mainstay of the Marvel universe. It was a story called The Pulse. And I initially got it because it was like a street level look at the Daily Bugle and a new column they were writing, and Spider-Man was supposed to be heavily featured. But Luke Cage came out of that. And then it set him on this trajectory to be on the New Avengers, to lead the Mighty Avengers. And he was core to a lot of that stuff as like Civil War and things like that were going on. So I would start there and just go forward.
Okay.
There was like a legacy run, the Marvel Legacy, where they like went back to the original numbering. It wasn't great. Like I might skip that, but there's that. And if you enjoy the pairing of Luke Cage with Jessica Jones, there's a Jessica Jones Max series, which I kind of talked about earlier, and he plays a prominent role in that too.
Awesome,
Got
Mike.
two
I think we need to get all of your suggestions and just put them in the description for this video when it gets posted to YouTube. I can talk.
Yeah. Put some Amazon links in. No, not that, because they don't pay us. Fuck that.
That's right.
That shit. I guess it's my turn. My turn again. Yeah.
I don't know. Sam kind of did two at once.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I went for the two for there.
God, and I can't remember her name now. Mari.
Is Jon Stewart's girlfriend, right? At one point. What's her name? She has the animal totem.
Yes, and I cannot think of her name right now. Driving me crazy.
If anybody can think of that name, post them here in the comments.
Amara,
be helping us out a lot. In the meantime, I'm gonna try and look this up. Jesse, do you have another character?
I mean, I gotta go with the classic, the one that's at least on my screen, sitting right behind Mike. I don't think it's getting transmitted to the feed itself, but
Vixen.
Black Panther. I mean, Vixen.
Vixen, yes,
Yeah,
that
Vixen.
was it.
Thank you, Janal.
Yeah.
You're redeemed.
I mean, I gotta go with.
Sam's shit list for weeks.
I mean, he probably won't be there. He probably won't be redeemed for long, but we'll see.
Oh well, yeah. If I know Janal, yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back strong. So what were you saying about T'Challa?
Oh, just T'Challa. He's just wonderful, and just like more than just T'Challa, his supporting cast is just wonderful. I mean, I think it's no secret at this point. I fucking love Shuri. Like, she's like my favorite. So, I mean, just like the whole group there in Wakanda is just amazing.
Yeah, I think he's just a brilliant character, and I talked about it last week. Having him depicted as a king instead of a reformed criminal is so clutch. It's
Especially
so necessary.
when he came into the forefront. That was such like a radical change. It was so important of a change, and it was just great.
So there was a max run for Black Panther back in the day, which I would highly recommend that. More recently, though, Ta-Nehisi Coates, a very, very good Black author, did a run on Black Panther, and it's very good. It's very good. I would highly recommend that. It's so tight. He takes Wakanda into space, and Wakanda is a international or interplanetary power. Like it's awesome. It's awesome.
Sounds wild.
It is. It absolutely is. So I'm gonna go back to Vixen. Vixen is such a cool character, and having that totem be passed down from generation to generation, and then having her show up in all the different forms of media that she has. So she led a team of the Justice League in Justice League of America. She's on Legends of Tomorrow. She's been in, I think, the Young Justice cartoons. Was that it? Or was it?
So.
Justice League. She's also in the Justice League cartoon too.
Yeah, definitely Justice League Unlimited. That's where I think the first time I saw her was in that show.
So also there's a CW Seed show, the thing that I completely forget exists.
Oh, yeah.
So she's got a feature there, but one of the biggest things that makes me remember her in Justice League is Batman and Green Lantern talking about having a relationship with her, and there's just an exchange between Jon Stewart and Batman, and it's so funny. And if you've never seen it, you've probably seen just like tiny clips of it where Batman just gives like a knowing look and a grin, and he starts talking about his relationship with Wonder Woman, and he's talking to Jon Stewart, and he's like, "She's behind me, isn't she?" And she's like, she's like, "Oh, keep going, please." And Jon Stewart just like kind of smiles and like walks away.
That's right.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Sam, you got any more?
No, I think that's about it for me, man.
I'm gonna go with someone who shares your namesake, Sam Wilson, the Falcon. He's a badass. Just always has been. Like, people used to like dunk on him all the time because, you know, he, like, one of his powers is he can see through the eyes of his bird Red Wing, and it was like, but I've always found that to be kind of neat. Like, that's such a recon possibility. Like, you just like you see a bird just fly over, just like, oh, it's a fucking bird. I'm not worried about that bird. But then like Captain America and Falcon and like a crew of Avengers just rolls into your home. You're just like, oh, I fucked up. So,
yeah,
he's God.
I never even heard of Falcon. Like, I don't think I read any comic with Falcon. My real first introduction to that character was in the movies. So that's why, like, that he just does not come to mind, like, for any. Yeah, just it's so recent for me. I've known all the other characters for so much longer. But good.
It's
good
fine.
Pull.
It's okay. I would recommend picking up where Sam takes over as Captain America. It's
Yes, I've wanted to read those. If you can recommend a good run for that.
Yeah, so I have it in my like Amazon pull list. So,
Cool.
But, it's like 6 volumes or something like that, and it's a lot. I think it's a super cool look at what it's like for someone who looks like Sam to carry Cap's shield, and be that responsible. So I think it's a good series. So the last one I have here is a bust out. It's a guy named Triathlon. He was a black character from way back in the day in the Avengers. I'm talking like mid 90s. So like his powers are basically that he's just a fucking phenomenal athlete.
How many pouches does he have?
He doesn't have any because he wears like a slimming bodysuit so he can like move and, you know, do the stuff that he can do, which is just human, like really good human shit. But it's just like,
it doesn't sound like he's a product of the 90s. Then you gotta have at least like a minimum of 30 pouches to be a 90s comic book character. True. And you gotta have all the power gels, you know, marathon. Man. Like, come on.
The thing I loved about it is he was just like a.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Wes just.
Yeah,
dude, Aqualad.
We talked about Aqualad last week.
Yes,
but I can't look away. It's great. Yeah, so he, like, Triathlon was like a very pointed, like diversity look at us type thing. And it was bad. It was like his suit was black, but it also had green and red in it. Which is just like Africa stuff, and just like, well, why? Just like, why? Like, what are you doing? It's just, I don't know. He stayed on the Avengers for like way too long. I was just like, why is it still happening? And when he was gone, I was like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, Calderon's a badass. And you know, there's I'm sure there's comic book stories with him, but I think the definitive version in my mind is what's on Young Justice. I think he's so cool, like cooler than the other side of the pillow, a natural leader. Like he's so kick-ass.
Do you have any like any good recommendations for Black Lightning?
Off the top,
there was the show, and by all accounts, like it didn't seem that great. Like I didn't really delve into it. I watched like the first episode and like half the second one. Didn't really get into it. But
it gets better,
like,
and then it doesn't.
And pretty much whenever Black Lightning is like a guest character in other people's stuff, he's always one of my favorite people.
Yeah. So there was a book that just wrapped called Batman and the Outsiders, and Black Lightning's in that book, a very prominent part of that book. And the most important thing is he's so different than Bruce, and it makes them butt heads. And Bruce is basically saying to Jefferson that he wants him to lead the Justice League because his power level is up there with a Wonder Woman, with a Superman, and he was trying to move him along that way, and there's a whole bunch of resistance. Yes, Wes, you're right. Black Lightning in Young Justice season 3 was probably one of the best parts of that season, if we're being honest.
Yeah, dude, he just does not take any shit.
Nope.
I love it.
Kind of why I love him. All right. Let me quickly run through these comments here because I've not been paying attention because I've been doing other stuff. Civil War II Electric Boogaloo. Nice. It's good. It's good. Janelle and Miles. Yes. The milestone characters, Janelle. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Icon, Rockets, Static. It's good. It's good. Black Manta. Yeah, Jen and I were just watching Aquaman the other night for no good reason. And the same actor who is Black Manta is Dr. Manhattan. That's all I can think about.
Yep.
It's phenomenal. Mike Stickstack will probably be back in the next week or so. I have a whole bunch of editing and stuff to do there. Ooh, Wes has that Falcon Captain America run. It's like Fridge on G.I. Joe. Yes, you're right, Janelle. So good. Yeah. He agreed with me on the Outsiders thing. And besides Violet, I agree. Okay, that's fine. I don't think she was bad. I enjoyed her as well. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I got nothing.
What's this? Jared from Punch.
Oh, hi. What's going on? Well, guys from Twitter. Awesome. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it. I know not everyone has Facebook, so that's why I think we're gonna migrate this thing to YouTube and the twistedcape.com.
YouTube's a little bit more accessible, and then you get to see our pretty wonderful site.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time on that. Speaking of sites, make sure you TeePublic for this bad boy right here. Woo! So sexy.
So comfortable.
It is. It's very warm and tight.
All right. Well, I think that's about it from us tonight, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we ran a little longer than usual tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get those kids to bed.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Be sure to check out our website, thetwistedcape.com, all of our social pages, our TeePublic page, and be sure to catch us in our new spot going forward for our weekly live streams on thetwistedcape.com. You can also see all of our previous streams on Facebook if you have that, or you can check us out on YouTube as well. So that's where all of our streams going forward are going to be. So I hope you guys, if you're new to the stream, hope you go back and check out the ridiculousness because it's not always timely. So it doesn't matter when you watch it. It's just going to be ridiculous all the same.
It's usually not timely.
Yes. So,
what does that word even mean?
I don't know. Doesn't mean
our
much right now.
Last podcast was about stuff that happened. I think the most recent one was 4 months ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So anyway, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Till next week, my name is Sam.
I'm Mike.
I'm Jesse.
All right, everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe and stay healthy.
I need photos of Spider-Man.